Hey, how everybody doing? What's going on? Welcome to Sipping in the Sip with Sabrina. I am Sabrina. Yeah, everything was starting to go wrong today before I went live. All at the last time, minute and stuff. But how y'all doing today? Today was extremely hot, but tonight is absolutely beautiful. Feels great out there in them streets. And mic check 1 2 1 2. Let me know. Can you hear me too? But yeah, we talking about Power Book 3, Raising Canaan, Season 2, Episode 2. Mind your business. Mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. I forget why I know that. What is that from? Gotta be a movie or something. All right. We're gonna get into these. Uh, uh, um. Okay. I'm ready now, almost, y'all. Yeah, I know. I'm a struggle streamer. I'm a struggle streamer. Okay, so don't act like y'all know. So me talking at knees. But anyway, we got Rockin' Detective Howard. That's how we ended too. Episode 1. Rockin' Detective Rock was in the park smoking, and Detective Howard had just walked up, and they was up at that park, honey, and pretty much Detective Howard is telling her about his deal with God. And he was telling her about his deal that he made with God, and so I guess he was walking off. He was getting ready to walk off from her, and then as he walking off from her, he was like, yeah, your son can't shoot for shit, right? So you got Juke and Kanan. Um, you got Juke and Kanan. Um, they watching TV, and Kanan ends up squeezing the pillow, on the part where Co-Chief, Co-Chiefs, Co-Chief, I forgot his name, how you say it, but it's one of them. Coachy or Coaches or Co-Chief, one of them. And it was on that part when he got beat to death. And so then him and Juke, they kind of chop it up a little bit. And then they end up having a pillow fight after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Because of course, Juke had to tease him. You wouldn't be a real family member if you don't tease somebody when you see they bother. You have to lighten that situation, which was a good part that they did. Okay, so you got Howard sitting on the bench telling Rock that he pretty much want Kanan to know that he's the pappy. You understand? And so she is absolutely pissed. And he pretty much telling him like the streets is not for Kanan. And this the same thing. What's the little light skinned dude she dating dude that she was dating, the little lawyer dude or the contractor dude, whoever he was. He was pretty much saying that same thing too. But anyway, he telling Rock that the streets ain't for Kanan. And because he know this, it's because he that night, he saw it. He saw it. With his own 2 eyes, like you looking at somebody, if somebody really want to do this or they don't, or this ain't the life they want to choose, but maybe somebody making them or something like that. So he saw it, for himself with his own eyes. And he tell her that he gonna tell Kanan himself that he the pappy. And she walk off. And then he tells her that she got a snitch. And because in episode 1, Scraphead was at the gambling spot with his mom's, and they ended up in the court. And remember when he walked in, Scrap was in there talking to the detectives in the interrogation room. And so he pretty much letting her know that that's her rat right there. You know what I'm saying? Kanan goes to Famous crib. He knocked at the door and his sister is kind of, freaking out. So he walk up and see in Famous room that he laid up with some little bitch. And his mom is on the way home, which is why his sister is really freaking the heck out. And he know his mama don't play that. Okay, so Kanan ended up getting him up. And he giving him a little lecture or whatever, like, man, it's your mom's crib, da 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 da, all that good stuff. And in the midst of all that, his mama come in, y'all. And hey, that female was still laying there asleep too, by the way, while all this stuff is going on. And his mama is spazzing straight up in Spanish and put him out. You know what I'm saying? Like, O-U-T, gotta go. Marvin is in his anger management class. And he's eating, I think, some Fritos or some Cheetos or something like. And everybody is explaining like what they triggers are. And he like, I don't have none. But he don't have none. And he listening to like the other people saying they triggers. And what he did is he made one of the dudes that was in the class too. He made one of them ready to like fight him or whatever because he couldn't believe that I feel like Marvin was taking it like as a mockery, like ain't no way these y'all triggers. So he ended up doing what the dude don't like, and I think that was like not admitting nothing and not responding and all that type of stuff. And so dude was ready to fight Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Juke laying in the bed with her pen and paper. Rock walk in and she looking for Kaden, and Juke tell her that he at Famous house. But if she see, and she said, no, I think she said she gonna go. She gonna go to Famous house, you know, a little later, and she'll tell him that he looking for her when she see him. And but before Rock can leave, Juke asked her about her mom, and Rock explained pretty much what she knew, and then kind of just like gave her like a motherhood lecture or whatever. Like, you know, sometimes some people can't take it, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's still your mom's or whatever. And that was that. Down at the precinct, Nicole parents are questioning why did they let Juke go? And you know how they feel. They feel like she murdered their daughter. And then so in the midst of all that, Nicole mom is like, and y'all know Nicole is the little white girl that Juke was in love with, right, in back in season one, and she had died on that overdose. Remember, Juke had the drugs on her backpack, and old girl had ended up taking them, or maybe not, but she had drugs. She had an overdose on drugs, and Juke had drugs in her backpack that Kanan had put in them. But anyway, she had want Nicole mama want Bert Howard partner. She want her fired. Okay. Rock Marvin Mark Rock Marvin and Lou. They politicking about Scrap being a rat. And then there's a knock on the door, and this unique right hand man, I think his name Rareal or Dorel, Correal, something like that. Y'all know I'm the worst with names. And them and Rareal about to have a little powwow real quick. You know what I'm saying? A little song, just a little sit back and figure this shit out. Now you got Kanan and Famous walking and talking about where Famous could stay because he can't stay with him. that was like immediate, like you need to be figuring this out. And so Famous like, I need you to help me hustle my, you know, mixtapes or whatever. And Famous is looking at Kanan all weird because Kanan like, well, it didn't work before. We ain't sell none before. Why now? And so Famous ended up talking him into it, you know, because he do want his friend to get a little cash so he can have somewhere to stay because he really don't have nowhere to stay. And so you got unique right hand Rurel. Um, he trying to figure out why they want to deal with him. And so they explained that they had egos and unique being burned because you know he in jail for shooting the cop that he ain't shoot though. So you know, won't nobody really want to sell to him. And so he just like, well, we had all these little friction back and forth back then or whatever. And so I think it was Lou. He like, well, really, I put that behind me. It ain't nothing. We working, not dating, so it is what it is. So I guess they gonna let that just ride to the past and do a little something. So Kanan and Famous go to the studio to get the tapes, and Luke walk in and chop it up with Kanan or whatever. And Kanan pretty much is explaining to him what they doing, why they getting the tapes or whatever. But Lou pulled Famous to the side and just pretty much just telling him quit smoking so much weed and put something on paper and he'll put him back in the studio or whatever. The same thing that he been telling him, and you still ain't listening. Now you homeless and ain't listening. Like, get it together. Okay, you got Rock at the stove where she got the back room, like the bodega thingy thing or whatever. And the thing is full of money, but Rats is eating up all the money. So it's like, what is going on? So the lady is like, sweetheart, you really need to be spending it. And Rock tell her to call the exterminator. Rock leaving and see Unique Girl. And Unique Girl is so spooked just from seeing Rock. And all Rock did was look at her. And she walking out the store. On top of that, like, it's like they was kind of me like, oh, girl I had was at the just coming in through the door, and Rock is coming up, passing her, but they on opposite sides, like it's two sides, like it's some stuff in the middle, and then it's two aisles when you walk in, and then I guess when you come around and you can leave out. So they got like maybe it was about the size of a thing about right there. So you got about this much space in between the two of them. Then you got chips and all this stuff in the way. So it's just like a walking, like just like that. And oh girl is so spooked. It didn't make no sense. So now you got Scrap. He run to the lab and Lou walk in and no, wait a minute, because it wasn't Lou who walked in, was it? No, it was Marvin who walked in, and Marvin was telling him that they had been trying to reach him last night, and pretty much Scrap came up with a big lie real quick, told him they should have, and he came up with a quick lie about where he was at or whatever. And then he told them y'all should call y'all new guy, Rurel, which is Neat right hand man or whatever. And he ended up going on a little rant about how he been working since he was 14 for Rock and all the work he done put in, and y'all keep, pretty much just looking over him. He tired of getting overlooked, honey. So he felt some type of way. But at the same time, why you didn't tell him that you went to jail last night? Like, it can't work both ways, right? Rock ended up meeting with a realtor who got something in like a middle class area, and Rock asked about like the rich class area, like what is it? Um, she felt the realtor felt like it was much more pricey. Like, Rock couldn't pay, and so Rock was like, I'm paying cash. Now find me a crib in the pricey neighborhood that you talking about. And walked out on her ass. Like, over with, honey. So now you got Juke looking at old photos, and also at the same time she is looking at Detective Burt business card. Detective Burt is the one who ended up bringing old girl in. I'm playing. And so Marvin pull up at the spot. Scrap say he was at Marvin pull up at the spot that Scrap had ended up saying that he was at, the reason why he couldn't reach him the night before or whatever. And it really is his cousin, or it could be his cousin. But the question that he was asking, it had nothing to do with, is this a family member or not? You know what I'm saying? So he was just asking, like, random basic questions. She was like he was asking her like, did you need a handyman or something? Cause I can help you out. You know what I'm saying? You need something fixed. You need me to hang up some paintings or something. Because that's what Scrap had said. He was hanging up paintings at his cousin crib or what have you. So she was like, oh no, and he was asking about cousins and all like you ain't got no. He was like, yeah, and I ain't talked to them and I don't know how long, but all that good stuff. So pretty much old girl like didn't nobody come in here to hang no pictures. Because I think she ended up saying like the pictures had been on the wall for years or something. Like no, she was confused. Um, Figueroa and Lou. I'm gonna figure out. I can't think of the other name, but they in the studio listening to Ziza, and they disagreeing a little bit on signing or whatever. But of course, Lou is the money man, so of course, money gonna always win. And so, at that moment in time, her manager walk in, and when her manager walk in, they come through with a little single type of deal. Like we gonna do a single, see how that go, and then we'll go from there type of thing. And Lou is on it. You know what I'm saying? You got Kanan and Famous trying to sell them tapes, and the cops ended up coming up and was cracking on them for not selling the tapes. And then they ended up like throwing out all the tapes or whatever and stomping on them and just being real petty, like cops can be sometimes very petty. And so they ended up just leaving because they was at first saying, you need a permit, but they weren't selling. So I guess it was kind of like it's a waste of time. And you do need a permit to sell stuff on the streets or whatever. Marvin ended up meeting with his lawyer about the classes for the anger management. And he's upset because he couldn't just walk out of anger management and that he actually have to do the class. And so the lawyer just like some play ball and others don't. And then not only that, he also found Tony, the white girl that had snitched on Marvin in season one, and she is in Westchester, and she is about to marry a dentist. How about that? Juke meet up with Burke and get some info on her mom's. Howard at the precinct discussing discussing his case and how Unique is not the shooter, but they think he knows something more. So I guess so the other detectives are saying like, well, we know Unique not the shooter, but we know he knows something else or whatever. Um and then what did she tell him? But she told him something I was trying to think of, but I can't think of it. And I didn't write it down. So but Howard is claiming still that he don't remember that night. So it's kind of like very weird for these detectives because they have absolutely nothing to go off of. But you remember because you also know that Kanan, your son shot at you, and sent you to the hospital for like 3 months. How about this? Rock chilling, Kanan walk in. She grilled him a little about not knowing where he was. And Kanan like, is something up with Easy? And she bring up Howard and tell him he may come to you, but his mind scrambled, but not to say, but she did not say that Howard was his father, though. She never said that. And Kanan get nervous. Unique baby mom and her mom is arguing over Unique being over there. And his baby mom's was, like I said, the chick that was in the bodega when she saw Rock. They go back and forth. Then Unique's get in on the argument. And then not too long after that, after he was saying, like, when the money was here, though, it wasn't no problem. It wasn't no issue. When that money was flowing through and all that good stuff, honey, the mama just went on and left out the room. Baby mom tell Unique that she had saw Rock at the bodega. And then she explained that she was scared. Because I'm telling you, she had got so spooked. I promise she did. She was so spooked. Marvin, Lou, and Rock, they at the diner, politicking about Scrap, whether he should stay or go, and who will be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because which one of y'all gonna be able to shoot the boy y'all been knowing since he was 14 years? Oh, okay. Unique pull up on Dean. Dean is the supplier. And as always, he is at the old folks' home. He always at the old folks' home playing bingo with his grandma. And Unique had kind of got, stopped at the door and all that good stuff. And so Dean just go up there and get him and bring him back with him or whatever. They chop it up, and Dean tell him that he not a great investment and Rock got it sold up. And she don't really have time for competitors. And then when he realizes that he ain't finna get nothing, baby Unique left up out of there so upset and so mad. Like he knocked over a table. Like he was upset. Jess and Lou fucking. She tell him she leaving tomorrow. Crown. Now I can't remember the other name. Well, anyway, Crown got her a job in LA. Lou in shock. She explained. He tell her to get the fuck out. Simple. Point blank. Because Figueroa, Crown, same person, but she told him to he told her to get the fuck out because he ain't have time for that shit. Juke see her mom get in a car. She like went up to the apartment building and saw her get in the car. Unique pull up to his spot. It's been completely ramshacked. Real blah 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 blah. Ruel walk in about a minute or so after Unique had went in there. He explained how Dean not fucking with him. He requests to get the team back together. Real like, I moved on, I can't. They disagree a little bit, go back and forth, and then Ruel just leave. Jess is saying her goodbyes to her mom. Then famous, then famous and Kanan ended up walking up. Now Marvin, Lou, and Scrap are driving, and Scrap is talking about his new job because he feel like he is supposed to be doing it big, honey. You know what I'm saying? He all like, how he finna blow up, and knock these joints at the park. Ah, they just look. He ready. You hear me? And when I say he ready. So when they pull up to the spot night, Scrap is excited to be working at the spot. They go in. He's super excited. He like, oh yeah, I can do something with this space. He ready, ready. They just standing while he take it all in. They stop walking. He was steady walking up a little bit more, and he just take it all in, do a little spin, spread his arms out like, ah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as he taking in all his glory, Rock has walked up on his side peripheral, baby, and put that pistol up to his head. And pow! But while she is getting ready to shoot him, Luke literally leave out the back door. And Marvin literally he dropped a teardrop. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know they had to be hard because that's like family. You know what I'm saying? They had been kicking it with him for some years now. Because that was when he's 14. He's very grown at this point now. So I know that was kind of a lot, all of this stuff. But that's it for episode 2. See y'all tomorrow for episode 3. Sip on that, make it make sense. Love y'all. Peace.